scrappy friends, welcome to the Clique Kit channel today. I am Hannah with you today, and I am going to be creating this mixed media layout that I sort of created my own sketch for, which I forgot to add. So I'll make sure that I have a link below in the description box to my blog post when I get that up. It probably won't be up until a little bit later in the morning, but I'll make sure that is up. And so what I am doing is I just took some acrylic paint, some gray, black color to blue to purple, and I kind of mixed them a little bit, and then I'm just taking some black Shimmerz Acritonez and some white. Actually, no, that's not black, that's navy. It looks almost black when you splat it like that. I really like the way that it looks like that on layouts. It gives a little bit of a dimension, but it dries so fast. And I wanted this to look like a background of the sky. Like when it starts to get dusk time, that is my favorite time. Though this layout is not about that. So also what I did is took the cut file that Sheryl has created for this month, and it says shine like the stars, and it's really fun, and I cut it out in that polka dot paper that is in the June kit, and I am using the June Aquarelle Kit. So I am not very good at speaking French, which is funny because my name is French. But I married into French, so you can't blame me for having bad French. But aquarelle means watercolor, so I thought it would be fitting to do a layout that looks like watercolor, even though it's acrylic paint. So I cut that cut file out in that polka dot because I thought it would look really fun. Though it would have looked really fun even on the other side with that really bold chevron. I find that if you take a really bold pattern and then you cut it out with your die cut silhouette or whatever you use to die cut, that it just really helps pop. Now, one of the things that I will say that I'm a little disappointed is that once I added all these stars, I really felt like it kind of got lost. So I don't know if at some point later I will go back and maybe try to outline it with a white Uniball pen, or even I have a gel pen from whatever company it is, Sakura, and they have a pen that is semi-white. It when you roll it on, it's not white at first, and then after a little while it turns white. So I forget what it's called. But anyway, so I am sorry that you missed like a whole bunch of the layering, but apparently I had not hit record or something happened with the record button. So I lost you just didn't get to see me do it. But I just did some basic layering, just took different size papers and put it behind, and then I'm just sticking it right down at the bottom. I kind of wish I used a smaller photo, but I really like this photo, this size, because it's just nice and bright. This is a picture of my kids on the first day of school. And I put down first day of, and school is on top of the first day just because I didn't think it fit very well underneath. And really, it's only like a subtitle, so shine like the stars. I really wanted that to be the main focus because, when you're doing school, you're talking about learning, and I don't know, it just reminds me of like stars and shining and being able to have that opportunity to be able to have an education is like really important. And I mean, of course, my kids don't understand that at their ripe old ages of 8 and 7 and 5, but to learn when it's stuff that they want to learn. Of course, most kids are like that, but I love that we homeschool our children, and I love that we have that opportunity to be able to see them grow in a different way that not all parents get to see. But it is definitely not an easy decision to make because there are many times where you feel like you're just not sure if you're doing the best job. But it's definitely worth it, and I love that we get to do that. So I am using some of the inside stars from those the the stars. Now those stars are from an earlier uh kit from Clique Kits. I want to say it was last May, maybe. It was for cards. I want to say it was from last year on, but I'll make sure I have the link for those. And I really wanted to just scatter them. And so what you probably can't see very well on here is that I took my sewing machine and I ran it down a little bit in lines, just kind of meeting up with some of the stars. So it's almost like they're hanging. This definitely did not turn out the way that I wanted it to turn out. My sewing machine wanted to eat my paper. I don't know if it was because it was all wonky because I use so much media. It's definitely a very warped layout, and so it's going to take a while for it to just settle. And that's one thing that you should remember about doing mixed media. If you don't like the warping, use less water, use gesso, which I did not use, of course, um, and allow it to just dry. And I find that sometimes if I put it at the bottom of my layouts or underneath something, as long as you don't have a lot of stuff on your layout that you don't want to like get smushed down all the way, I find that just like setting it under, like almost like a book on top of it or something, or like one of your albums and stick it on there, I find that that just kind of helps. But I probably won't do that with this because I have dimensional. Some of those stars I put on pop dots so that they would stick up. And I'm trying to work up at the top because when I was doing the sewing, my sewing machine, like I said, was just kind of having some problems with the tension, which is something to think about. And it was wanting to eat my paper, which I was not too happy about. So I figured that if I covered it up with that little doily and cluster, which I had wanted to put somewhere on there, I was wanting to do it more on the other side, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. And then I did take the sequins from last month and I put them just on a string and I put them down to one of the stars. So it's almost like a shooting star. And I used a lot of those yellow flowers to look like I wanted them to look like stars. I don't really know if it does. I kind of maybe wish that I didn't do that. I don't know. I I love this layout. I like this layout, but I don't like this layout all at the same time. There's certain elements that I really like and some that I wish I could just redo. We all have layouts like that, right? But I hope that you guys go and check out the store because there is tons of amazing stuff that you can add to your June kit. I'm not sure what is left in the store for mixed media, but there was a ton of mixed media stuff. So I hope you check it out. And also, don't forget that I believe there are still some openings for the Traveler's Notebook kit, so check that out. I'll make sure I have links to all this stuff that I'm talking about. And I'll have a link to the blog and the store. And if you use my code Hannah10, you can get a 10% discount off of your add-ons or anything that you buy in the store that is not your kit. So here I'm adding the journaling down at the bottom. It's just basic because this is just the first day of school. So, I mean, we all take first day of school photos. I just have not scrapped mine yet. Why? I don't know. Because apparently I'm waiting till the end of the school year. But it's kind of fun to see what my kids looked like on the first day of school. And I definitely this year want to take a picture at like the end of the year because my kids have grown so much. So now I'm just going and getting some gold Heidi Swap, and I'm just going to sprinkle that. And I used a little bit of white as well just to kind of look like stars because this will look really nice after it all dries. And like I said, here are the close-ups in a second. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys later. Bye!